Hello everybody, welcome to the Chaos Brigade. Today we are, well, joined by us again, the four dumbasses trying to stumble along and do this. Chaos Brigade, where everybody is, just trying not to die. That's the goal, that's the plan, and that's the idea. My name is Christopher.
The goal's not to die?
The goal is not to die. You want to survive as long as possible. You're playing your character wrong if you're trying to die. No, you're
Full send, baby!
My name is Chris Fire. I play, well, the Dungeon Master. I am God of this world. And we are joined by, to my right, Luana.
Hi, I'm Luana. I am playing as Nyx, the Satyr Bard. And, yeah. Oh, right! I fun fact
Stop! Edit it out! Start over!
Start over! Just end it all!
Stop the stream.
A fun fact about her is that her great grandpa trained Hercules.
I wonder who that
That's
was.
it.
He had a child.
That's all the
Canon
context
in
we're
our
getting.
game
That's
now.
all the context we're getting, and it's automatically canon. A fun fact is automatically canon as long as it's retroactive in the past.
Yes.
So I could just make Floof secretly God now.
Maybe he can believe it all he wants.
Oh wait, am I next?
Yeah, you're next.
Hi, I'm Jay. Still playing Floof, hope you'll get annoyed with him. And a fun fact about Floof is he used to have 5 toes on one of his feet.
What's he down to now? 4?
Hi, my name is Ryan. I am playing Riker, the Leonin Barbarian. A fun fact about him is he has a large scar over his left eye that he likes to pretend is a battle scar, but really was just from a very large encyclopedia falling on his face when he was 6 years old.
Now my question then was he trying to read it or is he just trying to throw it?
It was on the top shelf. So he was trying to grab it, and it fell
Just
on his
stand on to
face.
get something else off the top shelf.
All right. Well, last time when we left off after completing the heist, saving Wheatley, the bad Portal 2 reference, and potentially murdering the town guard chief, the police chief. Also recreating Les Mis and starting what you thought was a revolution. We haven't seen where that's gone so far. So has it been crushed? We don't know yet.
Did
Well-
they give up after the song stopped?
After the music stops, they're done. We don't know yet. You guys are in the tavern. You guys are in the back. You just got paid 500 GP each. And at the end of the day, you now have a very annoying robotic core in front of you and a half-elf woman who is frantically packing her bags, mumbling to herself about where she's going to have to leave next. So, what do you guys do with this information and what is going on in front of you?
As soon as Riker gets paid, he reaches to his side and picks up the little journal that he keeps on his hip at all times, flips to an empty page, and starts writing down the events of their most recent adventure.
Ooh, what do you have?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's Wheatley just piping up. Ooh, what is that there? Ooh, that looks fancy. Is that your adventures? That might... Ooh, you should write an entire paragraph
You
regarding
mind
to me.
doing us a favor and muting him again?
And he just starts rattling off again, like how he should have an entire entry in your journal of the adventures of Wheatley, and he starts going on and on about himself.
Riker kind of just looks at him and then reaches and turns down his volume dial even more than it was already down.
He didn't notice. He just keeps going on and on with
You
this
just
like
see
barely,
his light.
like this light is just like flashing like he's talking, but you can't hear anything now.
So, you look very scared. I'm talking like to Delph.
Mhm.
What now? Like for us, like what should we do? I mean,
That's a very good question. You should probably either A, if you live in the city, not live in the city anymore. If you're passing through, please pass through very quickly. And did he see your faces?
just this one.
Kenku. Okay. And he like looks at your. She like looks at your. Looks you up and down. you might be noticeable, but you might also blend in. You two will probably be fine.
Handsome bird.
The handsome bird may not be. We don't know. If he's alive and can tell, that'd be bad. If he's dead, then it's still bad because then his family's gonna be looking for it.
Darling, the entire police precinct saw me.
Oh no.
I blew him up!
Oh
And-
no.
I mean, they also saw me in the roof,
Oh no.
causing the riots.
Here's my honest idea. I am going to flee with Wheatley here, or you can take him. I would like.
Nope.
That's what I thought. I'm going to take Wheatley. We are going to flee. We're going to find him a new body in the next town over. And then from there, we're going to take a boat and skedaddle to anywhere else. Where you go is completely and utterly up to you. But this contract is closed. Yes. So my suggestion is to get the fuck out of Dodge. And she, like, as she says that, she clamps her suitcase or her carpet bag of holding, clicks it, grabs Wheatley, puts him into a sack, and puts it on her hip.
As
If you need suggestions of where to go, I hear north is nice. It's nice, cold, desolate, nobody there. And she
Yeah,
just walks out.
it's great this time of
as
the
she,
year.
as she zips out the door, Floof's gonna grab the horn that he gave us, Ninx, and he's gonna grab it, and he's just gonna start going, doo 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 as she runs out.
All right.
He will put his horn back on his belt.
Now, at this point, you guys have a couple options that you could do one way or another. It's completely up to you what you want to do. You could stay in the city, see through your revolution, try to completely upheave the local governments, or you could just leave the town. Could go to any other town. If you wanted to go north, go to a northern cold climate. If you want to go south, you could go to a more arid climate, or you know, it's all dependent on what you guys would like to do. So feel free to discuss and ask any questions to me because I have none of the answers.
So, I look, Riker? Yes?
Riker.
Riker. And I'm like, well, I need to protect this little one. And if he's in trouble, I'm also in trouble. So, do you want to join us? You're running away?
Hear the people sing.
He just kind of looks down and says, "Damsel in distress and small bird man in distress. How could I say no?"
I killed a man.
Yes, you did, little one. It was terrifying.
So, I did start a riot. I kind of wanted to see if everyone's safe there. To
You do that, by the way.
did you ask how I did it?
Yeah.
Oh, music just speaks to people on a different level. So,
It's like drugs.
It's better than drugs, Jeremy.
it's not bad. So yeah, I just kind of played a song and everyone was like, yes, we agree with this. I was just mumbling random stuff, but I guess they agree with me.
They heard what they wanted to hear, not the actual words. It's called art.
Yes, what he said.
I'm hungry.
I look over at Floof and I'm like, do you have like knobs like that machine did that you had to change your voice?
Well, actually, no. And he starts talking quietly as he goes.
Well, I do think we should go see the riot and then we can run away. Yes?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm the only one that wasn't seen. Surprisingly,
Great.
and then he motions
Floof-
towards how big he is.
Floof pulls off his tiny cloak with a little hood and just goes,
To who?
to Riker so he can cover his face.
I look down at the hood and I'm like, thank you, small bird, but you're quite smaller than me.
Alright, so we head outside to go check how the riot's going.
All right. As you guys are heading outside, as you guys leave the tavern and head out onto the street, you see that it's gone a lot quieter in this side of town. Each of you roll me a perception check for me.
Not bad, not bad. So
11.
23.
23.
21.
21. Okay. You two hear this. Riker doesn't hear this yet. Like, he hears rumblings, but he doesn't hear what's going on. You hear your song still going on. You hear your song still going on as you are heading towards the area where the police precinct was, heading back towards the more bougie, affluent area. You know, snob nose and up in the air.
Hear the people singing.
You just see a chorus. You just hear a chorus of that. Not a good chorus. I'll mind you that. Not a good chorus, but you hear a chorus of that. And at this point, the police line has gotten bigger, has gotten stronger, and there actually is like riot gear and stuff, like holding a line at the precinct. Oh yeah, it's looking full on like Les Mis though. You have people out on front that are chanting. You have people with signs now, like full on actual signs. And this was all finished in like the 30 minutes to an hour that you guys had this last conversation. Like, this was a rather quick turnaround in terms of everything. You inspired them this much. And storefronts that are being backed by the I'm trying to set the scene very badly, evidently. The protest is mostly sitting on the police precinct is what I'm trying to get at. And right now it's just like a whole held line. Nobody's fighting yet. It's just a lot of shouting back and forth. Police haven't broken line. Protesters haven't broken line. But you can see from your from you walking up, there is a podium out front now, and there is a a bulletproof glass encasing over the front of it at this point. Right around the time that you guys start coming around and into the crowd, you see a man in a black suit,
Oh no.
bald head, stepping up to the podium, about to address the people.
Is there trash laying around, like bottles or anything?
Very much so.
Can I pick up a bottle and just chuck it at the glass from the crowd? Because I'm short enough, I can just arc it over, and they can't see me.
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity. Yeah, just go ahead and roll me a dexterity, like a throwing.
Can I make it sleight of hand?
No, you wouldn't do sleight of hand. It'd
Okay.
just be a dex attack.
Are you proficient with a broken bottle?
No, it would be an improvised weapon.
I rolled
So
a 6, so that's gonna be a 10.
So you're 10. You throw the bottle, and you successfully throw the bottle. You just throw it over. And let me see. Roll for reactions real quick. That's. Okay, well, the crowd then starts chunking stuff with you.
Oh, hell yeah.
The police have an equally bad reaction, though. And they start closing
no.
in the.
Pepper spray.
Yeah,
Tear
I mean,
gas.
they're not throwing pepper spray or tear gas yet, but they are like basically pushing the shields forward, pushing the crowds back.
I'm gonna turn to my party and just go, why don't we finish what we started? And Floof slowly pulls out his knife.
Okay, well, it would be best if we could make ourselves not seen. So
Do you want me to pick him up again?
They already know who I am!
that is true. They already know.
Yeats bird.
She's trying to think. I have low
she's trying
intelligence,
to
so that
think.
she.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Is there a building with a ladder going to the roof nearby?
I mean, you would have to search for it.
So
That
what
would be
roll?
that would be an investigation.
Investigation, lovely. My investigation is +2, so not lovely. But you know what? We'll
Mhm.
see how this goes. It's good when you roll a 19, so 21.
All right, 21. Good roll percentile. All right. So on that, 21 and you're 21, and I rolled an 80 on the percentile check. There are some ladders going up. Excuse me. There are some ladders going up buildings. They're mostly like fire escape type things going in between some of the residential buildings and like the what do you call it? The shopfront buildings behind, directly in front of where the precinct is. So like there's the precinct, and then there's the buildings that are kind of like lining in front of it, kind of like a Main Street shopway or a parkway sort of thing.
What are you? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the Kenku. I'm like, what are you thinking, little one?
And yeah, those are the only ones.
And then I'm gonna start walking towards the stairs to the roof.
No, catch him!
I'll try to grab him by his scruff.
I'm gonna try to dodge it.
Yeah, that would
I'm a
be
bird
that would be
plan.
that would be a grappling athletics check for you, Riker, and for Floof that would be a athletics or acrobatics, whichever one is better
Acrobatics
for you.
is +6. That's another 19.
My athletics is a +6, so that's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20.
25 in all.
25 in all. Okay, so you
25.
how do you do how do you reach it, and how do you escape, Jay?
I just like my paw just goes and tries to grab his cloak.
As he tries to grab my cloak, my feathers just go straight down, so there's 8 full collapses, and then I floof them back up. And yeah, I'm just gonna zip up to the roof and just kind of stand on the edge looking down. How high is this roof?
I would say it's about I'm envisioning it probably about 4 stories tall, so like ground floor, then 3
Cool.
stories going up.
How far away is it from the next roof?
From the next roof, probably about. Okay, you are completely testing my knowledge of city living. Okay.
My question is, can I Assassin's Creed over to where I'm closer to the police?
Okay, so you're on the other end of the street. So like,
Okay.
you're on the other side of the street. There's probably about a 50, 60 foot gap between the street, or from like this building and the police station on the other side of the street.
I'm gonna be
There's probably
running
about 10.
up.
There's probably about 5 to 10 foot between each building to your left and right, though.
Before
gonna-
Nick runs away, I'll be like, "Do you want me to clear the crowd?"
Yes, yes, and I'm like running up, and I'm preparing Featherfall. If I
Alright.
see him jumping, I'm casting Featherfall on him.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm on the wrong side for the. Cool. So can I at least parkour so I'm on the roof across from the police station then, or would that jump be too much?
That jump would be too much unless you had some sort of like levitation or flying magic.
Okay, I just wondered because I wasn't sure how the buildings next to, like directly next to each other, how close together they were or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could, I mean,
No.
theoretically, you could parkour your way around like from the top of the buildings,
Mhm.
but it would
Yeah.
take a bit of time to like jump your way around most of the buildings. Not
Okay.
necessarily that it would take long to jump between buildings, but just the amount of buildings you'd have to go around in between to make your way around police sight lines, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so on that note, as this is happening, and the police are pushing the protesters forward more, things are getting a little more out of hand. Things are getting a little more rowdy. At this point, there are no fistfights yet, but people are getting more agitated. The knockoff discount Commissioner Gordon stands up to the podium, and he starts his speech about how we need to stop this foolishness and we need to unify against the terrorist threats that plague this city. And
I'm running up the building. I'm trying to catch up to Floof as fast as I can.
Okay, I thought you meant the
So-
other building. I'm like, wait a minute. And that's
Nix did
that's
tell-
basically the entirety of his speech is just going on about that, gaslighting his people, basically.
So Nyx did tell Riker to clear the crowd. So Riker's gonna try to push to the center of the crowd, and he's gonna clear his throat and use Daunting Roar
Okay.
as a bonus action once per short rest. Creatures of your choice, which is as many people as I can get in this this radius, within 10 feet of you, that can hear you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw of DC 14 or become frightened until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So you're gonna get. So you scoot your way to the middle, like the biggest center of this crowd. Are you trying to go more towards like the police side of it, or are you trying to be?
I'm
around
trying
all
to
the
get into the
protesters?
center of the crowd, and I'm being very polite as I'm going through. I'm like, excuse me, pardon me, on your left.
All right,
And
so
then he just clears his throat and just roars at the top of his lungs.
as he does this, I'm gonna go ahead and roll 2 saves for him. Okay, wow. I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. The blue die was for the protesters. The red one was for the police. So the protesters completely view you as on their side, and your roar invigorates them, and they are fighting even harder now. The police crumble before that roar.
You worked out perfectly.
Yeah, like your line, they're basically holding together like a riot shield line, like Roman legionaries, and there's like holding the line with the shields. Your roar caused them to like shudder just a little bit, where their line breaks. The people push their way through and basically just pull the shields out, pull the people into the middle of it. They're not kicking the shit out of them, but they're disarming them.
That wasn't my intention.
Seeing this from the roof, how far away am I from the podium?
How far away from the podium? I would say since the podium would be on the front steps, probably about 45 foot away from the other side of the street.
It's within range. I cast Fog Cloud on the podium.
No.
Okay, you cast Fog Cloud on the podium.
And then I would like to jump off the roof.
Can you see through your own fog cloud?
No.
Okay,
no.
So how large is this fog cloud? Remind me.
It has a Lou would still be able to see me jumping off the roof.
Yes, I'm still casting
It's centered on the podium. It's got a 20-foot radius sphere.
20-foot radius sphere centered on the podium, going out.
So it would be, I'm guessing it
40
probably
feet across.
40 feet across, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would be, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a massive fog cloud centered around this podium, going into the police station and into the street, covering most of the protests, covering where Riker was actually. The cops are now completely encased in this fog. Floof jumps down. He just jumps
Flapping
off
his
the
wings
top.
violently.
He jumps off the top of this 4-story or 5-story building, and he's like,
I cast Feather Fall as I see him falling.
He thinks
and
he's
he's floating with style. And yeah, at this point, what is the response to that? Oh wow, they both rolled 2s. Okay, well the protesters and the police are both equally completely shocked by all this going on.
As he's falling down, I'm gonna try to catch him in the air and I'll go like, "What were you thinking?"
Okay. Now that I guess there's really no roll for that since he's feather
Yeah,
falling.
I'm falling slowly and he won't
Yeah.
fight. He's just gonna look at her and go, Fight Club.
I look at the fog and I'm like, "Oh!" I put him in my back and I'm like sprinting through the fog. And if it is a magical effect, I have a disadvantage against it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't pick who has advantage and disadvantage. Oh, that's right. You, it's
I'm
not.
a
I don't think it's magical fog. So I think I don't know. It's up to the DM, but.
You'd have advantage on magical effects or magical saving throws against you. So it'd be like if somebody fireballs, you have advantage on that because it's magical in nature. I think that's how it handles. I think that's how it works. I'm gonna have to check it.
I don't have Theros.
Against spells and other magical effects.
Yeah, so
I have Theros right next to me.
Okay.
I can check real quick.
Sounds good. I will say, since it is just like the magical effect is just the fog coming up and everything, it's not specifically a saving throw or an effect against you. It's a vision thing, not so much a magic thing.
Yeah, magic resistance. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm gonna just run with him on like my back.
Your movement speed's higher than mine.
So to like where it was,
Mhm.
and
Head for the
I'm just
podium?
gonna, yeah. And if there's like, because there was like the screen, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ram it.
Okay. Go ahead and do me 2 things. Do me a I guess it would be a survival check because you'd be navigating the area, like trying to get through protesters and try to get past people.
Can I
That's-
help her by pointing the? I guess it's in a straight shot, so I can't really be like, go straight, go straight.
If you want to help, sure you can do the help action.
I'll try to help.
Bet.
All right, so you have
roll.
advantage then.
Okay, I'm gonna take that. So that's gonna be a 19
A
survival.
19? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you have a pretty good idea. As you're running through this fog, you see Riker, and
Just looking around confused.
yeah, he's
Where
like
did
you
this
said, he's
come
looking
from?
around confused. You are basically running directly past him, and he has created a massive opening. Like, all the cops that are around him are terrified of him, so they just basically gave him such a wide berth of area. Like, he has so much room around him, and all the protesters are just kind of like going in that opening and encasing.
Fantastic. And once I get close, once I feel like I'm getting close to like where the glass is, I'm just gonna ram it.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, there's not going to be anybody blocking the glass. So go ahead and roll an attack roll on ramming the glass.
As she rams,
Oh,
can
no!
I? Is it a 1?
Yeah.
You got a natty one. Okay. Here's something I wanted to try for a while. How do you fail? How do you do this?
I'm so
How you gonna
sorry,
do
Jay. I'm just gonna be ramming, and I'm gonna underestimate how sick the glass is, and I'm just gonna go boink.
Floof's like,
Did I see them run by me?
Yeah, you would have with your perception. You would.
when we're super close, if we got really close to him, then yeah, that's how.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
I'm
basically
gonna-
they ran
I
like
just
right next
walked
to you.
after them. Just kind of walked and followed them.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna fall
that
back.
totally happens. As she's ramming this, you get close enough that you just see like a doing.
Just fall
See,
back
I
in like
was-
stars.
I was gonna say as she rams it, Floof would flip off her head over it, but I feel like Floof is falling off of her and will not have time to do his flip.
Do me an acrobatics check on that real quick. I want to see
All right.
what range it would have been.
That's a 18, 12 plus
Is it
6.
18?
That's
Okay.
how that works.
Well, I will say you don't flip over the glass, but you don't fall.
Okay.
As she kind of like fumbles like the ram, you kind of like jump and land on top of it, and you're just like, whoa. Okay. Completely intentional, air quotes.
Definitely.
Can I see the guy?
You cannot.
I don't want to run in by myself. I'm not gonna. It's what my character would do. This is my.
It's what my
Alright,
character would do. I will say with fog, it's what low visibility, so you have
Yeah. So I'm walking behind the glass to see if I could see him.
yeah. Okay, do me a perception check then.
Riker just gets there. She's just.
Little
19.
birds tweeting around.
13 plus 6.
13 plus 6 is 19. All right. Well, you see towards the front of the police station, you see him standing there. He sees you. He turns around and just calmly walks inside.
I grabbed the goat by the hand. I'm like pulling her. And then I remember no one saw her face, so I just grab my coat, throw it on her head, keep pulling her.
She's just mumbling stuff in Sylvan, like, wow, it's so dark
Did
in
she
here.
take damage from
How-
the whack?
She did not take damage from the whack, no.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go, pap, pap, snap out of it, man.
He just slapped away my concussion.
You just slapped away a concussion. It's no big deal. There's going to be no long-term effects from this.
Roll
What
of
is it
medicine or in athletics, your choice.
Let's go. What little one?
Big man.
I'm looking around. Where's the lion?
Right here.
Dude, what?
I grab the lion's head, you, and I'm pulling both of them in the direction.
All right. So you guys
Wait, are we on the other side of the glass? Because you rammed into glass, so do we still have to get over it?
No, it was like the podium
Oh.
was encased in like a bulletproof glass
Gotcha,
thing. So like
gotcha.
nobody
Okay.
could take pot shots at him as he's at the podium.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
threw a bottle over it.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just letting the little bird fall. Like
so the little
lead us.
bird leads you all in, and you walk through the front doors to the precinct, and you just see, and it's
Sorry, go ahead.
lightly foggy in there. It's not like super low visibility or anything. You're back to your normal visibility, but you definitely see like it's like mood fog. It's like whenever like the final boss of a video game shows out. Yeah, and there's just fog kind of like around the floor and stuff like that. That's kind of like the mood setting. Now with that, whenever you walk in the door, you three just see the commissioner just standing there. I just noticed your cup, Lou. I love that. That's completely unrelated. And he just stands there, and he has a pistol in his hand. Standard police issue from what you've seen from everybody else out there. I will say pistols are not overpowered, like in comparison to everything else.
There's guns in there.
I was gonna say,
It's
a gun.
It's basically a glorified
He's
hand
got a
crossbow.
gun.
It's a glorified hand crossbow. Okay, so
As soon as I see that, I'm gonna drop fog cloud so the protesters can see to get in.
okay, it is concentration. So you drop fog cloud. Okay, and he just stands there and he. Who the fuck are you? Where the fuck? Who the fuck? How the fuck did you get here? When? What? What is the plan regarding any of this? And you're the one who thunderblasted me 3 times!
Floof just shakes his feathers and floofs them up bigger slightly.
What the hell?
I don't know. I'm just following the goat and the bird.
Okay.
I don't speak common.
Weren't you the one singing on the roof?
Can I start walking slowly towards him with my hands up?
We're not playing. No, no, you're not. And he just like kind of takes a couple steps back, like every time he step forward, like, nah, we ain't doing the Thunderbolt game again.
How close is he to me?
He's about 30 foot away at this point. Like he's within spell range, but he thinks he's out of thunder wave range.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cube centered on myself.
Okay.
Oh no!
And he's like, nah.
You get to choose the targets, right?
No, you all would have to make the dex saves too.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna turn you all and go back up.
No. Go ahead and roll initiative if that's what you're gonna do.
Alright. Not bad.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Yay.
Ryan gets to do the thing he was built to do.
Woo!
I get a big ol' 5.
A big ol' 5?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay. So let me
20
write down initiative things real
unnatural.
quick.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. So Jay is at a unnatural 20. Ryan's at a 5.
I got an 8.
Lou's got 8.
Low roll game.
Heck yeah!
Y'all are gonna hate me.
Oh no!
He rolled like a 23, didn't he?
No, 15.
We're not going first, so we can't back up before Floof explodes.
Listen. Here's the thing, right? I got a vintage against that stuff, so it's on you.
I have advantage against dexterity saving throws as long as I can see what's happening.
Okay.
I mean, you can see what's happening.
Is it con or is it dex?
It's Dex.
Okay.
Wait for
Thunder wave something.
Thunder
was
wave's
it?
the dex save.
Okay,
Oh, I
thank
thought
God.
Okay.
Thanks,
Wait, where is it?
Titan.
Hang on, let me look. I have it right in front of me.
Okay.
Thank you, D&D Beyond. Not
So
sponsored yet.
as that has
Yet.
happened, I'm trying to.
Oh,
pull
it is a
up-
con save. Never mind.
Okay.
Welp.
I'm trying to pull up just weapon stats real quick. So.
You're good. You're good. We just said, hey, we're doing the combat again.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I did not see this
I
one.
made my character to be small so they could be stopped.
Okay.
But here we are.
Yet here you are. Here you is doing this thing.
You're
Okay.
the smallest by a good margin, and yet you're the most hectic.
Okay.
Said make a chaotic character. I made a chaotic character.
Okay. I think I got all the dice I need out now. Okay. So on that note, the first in initiative is Jay. You're up, my dude.
How far away is he from me?
He is approximately 30 foot in front of you.
I'm gonna take my full movement, walk up to him,
Okay.
calmly reach up before he can shoot me, set my hand on his gun hand, and go, "Everything's gonna be okay." And then I cast the first level inflict wounds.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What is the to hit on that? On
It's a
inflict-
melee weapon.
It's +6.
Okay.
I have a +6 on it. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's you're good. That's gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to hit him.
14 to hit. That misses.
Okay. Do I have bonus actions? Oh, I do. Let me find that spell real quick. Cause I missed, do I still use the spell or no? I don't remember how that works.
If you miss, it's missing with the spell, so I think you do use the spell.
Okay, so my hand just lights up and I can't touch him. Cool. Dang, that's 2 spell slots down. All right. Cool. I'm gonna cast. Let me make sure that's how this works. Yes. Okay. Behind him, a giant hammer appears as I cast spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay.
It just falls on his head.
Goes bonk.
And I
Bonk.
can't attack with it because I casted it. But
Okay.
so, and that's my turn.
All right. Next up is going to be his turn, and he whistles, and along the balconies, along the top of the building, you see 3, or no, I'm sorry, not 3. Wait, did I count right? Yes, I can do math correctly. 3 guards kind of pop out from the corners, 2 on top and 1 on the bottom floor. The one on the bottom floor is holding a two-handed scimitar, and the 2 on top are they both have pistols in their hands and they're aiming down at you guys. So as he whistles, gives that signal there. Next up, it is actually going to be his attack. He's going to.
I do
take a
have my
step-
shield out.
You do have your shield out? Okay.
'Cause I don't have no weapons, so I'm just
Yeah, I know.
constantly carrying.
Yeah,
it.
I know. That's what I figured it was going to be Ike. Knowing that you're like right up on him, he's taking his movement to step back, which would invoke an attack of opportunity. So go ahead and roll that.
I can't do that with spells. It has to be with a weapon. So I
Even
keep
with
my little-
the spiritual weapon count as a
spiritual weapon gets one as well. Doesn't it get a separate one then, or would it just be? No, you're right. It would just be a spiritual weapon.
yeah,
Okay,
because
so now I
opportunity
gotta-
attack uses your reaction.
You are right. So let me go back to my spells. I'm still figuring out D&D Beyond. I'm sorry. There we go. So spiritual weapon, that's +6 to hit. It does a D8 +4. I
Oof.
need a different D20 because all of these have been failing me.
Oof.
That one, that's gonna be it. I rolled a 2. It's not gonna hit him.
Nope, that's a negative, Chief.
So yeah, he can back up. Fine.
All right, yeah.
You
He
get
backs
new
he backs
dice.
out further, like he backs up his 30 movement
Cope, I
speed.
like the bio. Buy me new dice.
No, that's my thing.
So he's going to take a step back, and he's going to take his 30-foot movement speed, get back out of your range, and he's going to level his pistol and try to fire at you, Jay. Since you're
What's
the
up?
bird that's been cursing him so much. And that is a 10.
No.
No, yeah, no. That ain't gonna work then, and that is the. Yeah,
Everybody
that's
keep
the end of his turn.
whiffing.
Everybody keep just
What?
whiffing it. Make this entire combat last an hour and a half. Luan is just like, God no.
Starts panicking.
Yeah, and the cop on the ground floor that has the scimitar, he uses his turn and he just comes out, walks his 30-foot movement speed next to his boss, and he just has his sword out in both hands. So yeah, that ends both of their turns. Next up is Luana.
Okay. I'm gonna get my rapier out. And I'm just gonna be right next. Oh, maybe not. Cause you're gonna cast a freaking spell and it's gonna hurt everyone. You know what? I take it out and I'm like, actually, I'm gonna cast, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on one of the guys on top.
Okay.
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
How does a 6 do?
6?
A
Yeah, that
6.
fails.
Yeah, so they failed.
So they're gonna take 3d6 psychic damage, and they must use everything that they have, like reaction, dash, to move as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
So they're gonna take that's 6 psychic damage. I rolled really badly.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna give both Floof and Riker Bardic Inspiration.
Fantastic. All right,
And
that's
that's gonna be my
that's a
action.
D6 now, right?
Yes, for now it's a d6.
Okay, just wanted to verify with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, that one you just dissonant whispered, it's now the other two cops' turns. The one that you dissonant whispered bolts. Like, he is going to use his full movement. He's going to take the dash action to bolt to the stairs. Does it cause a fearful, or a frightened status?
Yeah, I believe Dissonant Whispers does.
I just want to
do
make
it.
sure if it does that one. I just want to make sure for this roll.
No, it doesn't.
It
It
does not?
just runs away. It's for one round. It runs
Okay.
away for me as far as possible, and then that's
Okay. You basically you see him disappear over the edge, and you just hear like a big door. Ching! That's all you hear.
it. Love it.
And the other one is going to like see that his friend just like took off, look down at you, and he's gonna try to take a pot shot with his pistol. That's going to be a. How does a 17?
Oh no, that hits.
That hits.
Yes.
That is 2 piercing damage.
Oh, you love to see it.
You love to see it.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is Ryan's turn.
I've been waiting to say this, but so Riker just kind of looks around and is like, I guess we're fighting. And then he starts growling. He closes his eyes. When he opens them, they're glowing a pale blue with little flames coming out of it. And like, you see 2 spectral forms show up right next to him as he rages as the
Ooh.
ancestral guardian.
Oh heck yeah. Woo!
And he kind of is the police officer that had the great sword still there.
Yes. He is. See, he's basically right next to the commissioner. Not like as a bodyguard, but that's where like he moved up to.
Gotcha. Rikers will draw his great axe from his back, and he'll use his normal speed to walk up to the person, and just be like, "You're first," and then attack him with the great axe.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me for that one.
All right. That is a 21 total.
That'll hit. That'll hit. That'll hit.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That will be a D12 plus 6 because raging.
You love to see it.
So that is a 12 in total, and since I do have Astral Guardian, he has disadvantage on any attacks that aren't towards me.
Good to know. Okay.
And if he does try to attack somebody else, that creature has resistance to the damage dealt.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. So as you make this attack, you have this rage happen. These ancestral guardians pop out next to you. You yell out, you say that he's next, you make the slice. And as you make this slice, you make contact. There's a rumble, there's a smash, there's a shattering. The doors behind you have bust open. You can hear the people sing. As this is happening, there is now a full-blown revolution, and the police precinct is being besieged by the common folk.
We love to see it.
Right now, all you hear outside is the sounds of fighting. Not the sounds of any screaming, but you definitely still hear your revolutionary song going as this fighting is going on. As that happens, you hear the rumbling. You hear this rumbling. You hear this shaking, and you also see like some of the walls. You see cracks start appearing on them. You see certain chandeliers and like wall ornaments just start dropping.
Uh-oh.
They're tearing the place down.
Next up is Jay's turn.
All right. So first things first, I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon up 20 feet towards the guy that backed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be in range because it was behind him when he ran.
Yes,
correct?
it was. It is in range
and it's
now.
just the giant hammer's just gonna go. Poof.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack on that. You said it was a +6?
Yeah, that's not 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's not gonna hit, is it?
No.
I'm gonna start rolling with D&D Beyond. My dice hate me today.
Sounds like a plan.
Wait! I shouldn't have asked if that was it because I have the Bardic Inspiration. Oh well.
I mean, if you want to use it, you can.
You
I'll
put out after
retroactively.
roll.
Okay, what did I say I rolled? Because I put my dice away.
You said it was a 14. Like it was
14,
a 14 total.
okay. Yeah, no, that's not worth it. I have to roll like a 6 to hit him probably. His AC, I'm gonna guess, is around 16.
I mean, you can try it and you can guess.
You know what? Full send. I'll use my Bardic Inspiration.
Heck yeah, I still have more of
So
those.
that's
Don't worry.
I said 14, so plus 4, that's 18. Never mind, that's how math works.
That hits.
Cool. I'm still using D&D Beyond to roll from now on.
All right, that hits.
Spiritual-
So you spiritual weapon. What is the spiritual weapon damage whenever he boing?
10 damage, just whack
Oh my
Boom!
god.
on his head.
As that happens, like he literally hear like a crunch and he like, oh.
He no longer has a neck.
As he crunches, I'm gonna use my movement, and I'm gonna lunge out. I'm gonna floof my feathers down, and I'm gonna do like the lightning-y thing I did before. I'm gonna lunge at him, just try to grab him by the face, and try to do an inflict wounds one more time.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, that is a D&D Beyond hates me too. That's an 8.
That's an 8. Negative, Chief. Negative, Chief. Can't do that.
So I just dive and I just.
You dive and you flop. You're not prone. I will note that you're not prone, but you kind of flop and you like get yourself back up. And you're like, and he just looks at you with the look of disdain and questioning of
I have
why.
one spell slot left.
And he's just wondering
no.
why, of all things, this is happening. Next up
You
is
just
his
hear-
turn.
You hear off to your side, Floof is like, "You seemed a lot more competent earlier," and then in a spectral voice, "I taught you to have better manners than that, Riker." Sorry, Grandma.
Grand Riker. So for his turn, he's gonna see like everything that's going on, all the rumbling, all the tumbling that's happening around him. He's gonna look at you. He's going to be very angry. He's going to not move yet. He's going to aim his pistol down at you, Floof. He's going to attempt to fire point blank. Because it is a ranged weapon and it's point blank, it will be a disadvantage though.
That like for a gun that doesn't make much sense, but all right, I'll take it.
No, the point is because of how easy it is to miss. Like how D&D range works. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But
no, that's how it works with like an arrow and stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like because it's a gun, point blank.
But it also works with like hand crossbows and stuff like that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No,
It's
I'm not.
mostly-
I'm all for
It's
it.
the same even with flintlock pistols.
yeah.
So
You're just like
So
aiming
I'm just
it at their
mostly-
forehead and you
Does
miss.
it make sense? Not really, but mechanically I'm like, I'd rather not. I don't want to mess with that stuff. Especially considering I just reskin crossbows to be guns.
You just got a new texture pack for there.
All right, how does a 12 do?
Nope.
Damn.
AC 17.
All right. At that point, he just kind of like, I hate you so much. And you're not sure if he's talking about the gun or you.
I
And
wish he
next-
would. I need him to hit me. 'Cause then I can thunder wave his butt for free.
It's Riker too.
No, because
Oh my
my
God.
rebuke, my thunderous rebuke, just hits him.
Oh,
And he just-
okay. So it's basically a hellish rebuke.
So-
Okay. So
Yeah.
Riker, the one that was attacking, that you attacked, he looks at you and he says, "1-on-1." And he takes his scimitar and he's going to attack you. So on that one, it's, I mean, he's not even gonna move.
There's
Like
3 of us.
Like,
There's 3 of us.
literally, and he's just like standing there, and like he just like holds his ground. Like you slice him across the chest, and he's like, "1-on-1." Pulls up his sword. How does a 19 do?
That hits.
All right. Scimitar, that's a D8, isn't it, or is that a D10?
Yep. Damage is halved because raging.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 11 divided by 2, so a 5.
Yeah. He just like takes it and then he looks at him and like smirks.
And he just kind of like scowls.
Is that all you've got?
It's a shame I have to kill you.
I feel like we could be friends.
If we lived, would you like to get a drink?
Really quite pleasant.
As this is happening,
ship it.
the commissioner just kind of like slaps on the shoulder. Don't fraternize with the enemy. You don't pay, and he looks over. You don't pay me enough. And that's where that conversation is gonna end. Next, it's Lou.
Okay, I really didn't like the guy pointing the gun at the little bird. So I'm gonna vicious mockery. I'm like, you look like a dumb.
Look like a dumb.
You have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Just starts
How does a 10?
crying.
How does a 10 do?
That fails.
That hits such a deeply ingrained insecurity of his that he just like
Bald.
Mama said I was a handsome boy.
he goes into a Doofenshmirtz level flashback in his head about how his Graham used to call him her little thumb, and it just hurts him now.
Oh no. That was 2 psychic damage, and everyone has advantage. He has disadvantage on attack rolls.
I will say after that one, he's not looking that great. Like, he's not looking great at all. Both mentally and physically. It looks like it broke him.
And I'm gonna move next to like where everyone is. I'm just gonna get close to them.
Okay. And on that
Yeah,
note,
that's
the
it.
2 cops on top, the one that ran away, the one that like ran in the stairs, you just hear a, "What am I doing?" And you just hear like metallic footsteps like as he starts running upstairs, like he's running away from this fight. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm done." And the other one, and it's because of that dissonant whispers, like you gave him a wake up call to his life.
I love it.
And then the second one is gonna be like, "The hell?"
Like as he's crying.
as he sees his boss start tearing up, he's like, "What the hell?" Okay. And he's gonna try to take a pot shot, and it does a 3. He just misses. He misses. He did not pack the right gear for this day. They need to make more range time, all of them. And I need to get better dice. Listen, my death dice aren't being very deathy today.
That's fantastic.
So we're switching to ecology today. So we're going to my earth die. So yeah, that ends that, and it goes to Ryan's turn now.
Okay, so first off, I look at the hitman that's right next to me, right? What would it take if I were to just grab him by the throat and lift him up while raging?
That would take
Ryan, you have to sing the song because you're doing the voice.
That would have to be a strength. That would be a grapple check, basically.
All right, so that would be just straight strength.
That would be your athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics.
I get advantage because that's a nat 20.
Yay!
Hey.
I just grab him by the neck and lift him up, and then
Yeah,
look
you
back
do
at the
because
other.
he has a 2. He got a 2, and his modifier is not that great. He got sub 10. So
I just grab him by the neck, and then look back at the crowd and look at the other guard, and he's like,
You might want to get out.
"Oh wait,"
You might want to get out of here. It might get messy.
to the guard that I just attacked.
he kind of okay. Roll me a persuasion on that one.
You
I like
still have
it
bardic
too.
inspiration.
Okay, it's a D6, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So that makes it a 22 in total.
A 22. He rolled
Yes.
an 18 plus 0, so you rolled perfectly for that. Yes. He's like he sheathes the scimitar, and he looks over at Hitman, slaps him on the back of the head, and says, "We will meet again, and we will fight. Fisticuffs, though. Less bloody, hopefully, and less murderous. Better times. I owe you a drink." And he walks to the stairs in the back of the room.
I like that guy.
And then as I slowly come out of rage, it's like, hey, and are you? As he runs away.
And he just very calmly walks to the elevator, clicks the button, and just stands there waiting. He just stands there waiting for a minute.
I just picture he gets on the elevator and he hears like the screaming, but then the doors close and he hears do 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 do.
He's got a huge gash mark on his chest.
Profusely bleeding, but he's just like,
It's like
Eh,
that scene in
tis
the
but a flesh wound.
crappy Ninja Turtles movie where they just
That's the best part.
Yes.
Of the
the only saving grace for it.
movie.
So from that, you now have the commissioner by his throat, and he's like flailing. He's trying to break it, but he's not. He's so not. What do you want? What do you want?
I just gotta look over at Floof. Was like,
I don't know. Whatever the bird wants, I guess.
lightning crackles all around Floof.
What do I do? Do I give him to the crowd? Do I give him to the bird?
as I look over at Nyx. As Ricky looks over at Nyx.
Give him to the bird.
And as
Right.
you're like holding him and you're passing him over, he's like, "Do you know who I am? My family will hear about this."
To be honest, sir, I don't really care.
And then I'm gonna try to knock him out by punching him in the face.
Go ahead and roll me a strength check. I know that's your
Well-
proficiency. It's just, I want to see how good this goes.
Athletics again?
Sure.
24.
24. Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
You hit him perfectly, like right in the temple, and he's like, "There is no struggle now. There is no struggle now."
I slowly move from his neck to his collar now.
Grabbing him by
So
the
I'm not-
collarbone.
I'm not strangling him.
Yeah,
Floof
he is.
looks mildly disappointed that you knocked him out.
And then the cop that's on top, seeing this, takes his badge off, flips it around, holsters his gun, and starts taking off his uniform.
The back of the badge just says resistance.
He writes that in short. He starts writing that in like glitter pen. He takes off his full uniform. He's just like glitter pen, resistance, and just like sits down and picks up a magazine. Like he's gonna play it off. That's what he's gonna try to do.
For that guy.
So yeah, he is now knocked out. The other guy is like, fuck it. It's not worth it. This is not worth it. And
Good
you now
choice.
have
Buddy took the
you
elevator.
have the knocked out illicit police commissioner. And he was making threats, and now he is not making threats.
So, little one, what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna kill him?
Fight Club!
You keep repeating that, and I don't quite know what it means.
Floof just starts clapping, and he looks to the crowd. He goes, "Make a circle. Make a circle. Circle. Make a circle. Make a
you
circle.
wanna-
Circle."
You want to throw it to the people?
I think he wants to create a fight club and fight him one-on-one.
Oh. I
With my
see.
2 spell slots.
Okay, yeah. I just like push the furniture. I'm like, there you go. Do your thing.
He's still knocked out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still
Yes.
knocked down.
Alright, so Floof's gonna walk up.
Riker
And-
just throws the commissioner into the room.
It's like a rag doll.
And this is now outside, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to get the people to make a circle
Yeah,
Okay.
to
The-
watch, give them a show.
Yeah, so they have pushed the police back. Like, the police aren't there anymore. Like, they've just scattered. The people have taken the police station. They're unsuccessfully trying to break the marble building down. It's working. They're chipping away at it, but it's one of those, like, this is going to take a while. Like, this is going to be there, like, many shifts over the next couple days, and then they might get, like, the front door broken down. Like, that's the work that they're doing right now. So when they see you bring the commissioner out,
You see a little halfling running around with a tiny hammer. Just
yes, they're like chiseling. A dwarf is next to them, like, if you get the chance, please give me a very large piece of this, because it looks like it would be perfect for a sculpture I've been thinking on. And
I need 2 sticks and 3 stones to make a pickaxe.
another one, like one of his friends, is like, I mean, you could use that, or you could just break off one of these pillars here, Ragnar, and this could just work. But I want one of these, one of the cornerstones of this building. And they're having like this discussion next
Now
to like
I'm
these.
trying to decide if I fight the commissioner because I'm mad I missed all those times, or if I thunder wave the building.
You can have me fight the commissioner if you want to thunderwave the building.
I don't know. Here, I know what I'm
As-
gonna do.
as
you know what?
Nix fight the commissioner.
As you like had the circle formed up, the people are like, burn him, behead him, hang him. Yeah, and you guys are like, no, fight club him.
Yeah, I'm just like crowd controlling, you know, like letting people know that it's gonna be a show and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like
Yo,
you're hyping this up as like a
Fight
circus
Club.
event.
Yo, Fight Club, everybody go silent. You hear somebody in the background?
Yeah. Just the one person's like, yeah, fight club, I love it. And everybody else is like, we're supposed to French Revolution on this stuff, okay?
Get the guillotines.
Once he's like in the center, Floof's just gonna walk up, and since it worked with the goat, it'll probably work with him. So he's gonna try to slap him awake.
It works. He's in the circle. People are like locked arms. People have taken the riot shields and they're like they've made a circle with the riot shields, so there is no escape.
I'm guessing it's been more than a minute, so I'm gonna have to recast spiritual weapon if I want it. But that's
I'm
okay.
in the center. Riker's in the center
How
of the
big
ring
is
with
this
now a
circle?
referee.
The circle
uniform
is now like a 10-foot circle. Think of like
Cool. So I
think
still
of like
can't thunderwave, or I'll kill half the crowd.
on. Riker and Nix are.
you know
in the
what,
Fight Club with
if you
referee
wanted to specify, you could genuinely tell them like, make it bigger.
I start like motioning back as I like.
Okay, so they make like a 20-30 foot circle out of this now. Like they're having fewer riot shields spread between it, but they're still enough to like have an illusion of an octagon or a circle.
Cool.
Me and
As
Riker
soon
in the circle.
Is the
Yeah,
guy,
we're
is
in the
guy
circle with
waking
the
up, or is
referee.
He's
Yes.
waking up now.
As he's waking up, I walk up, put a paw on each of the shoulders, like,
I want a clean fight.
he's allowed to use the thunder thing, and when the bird, I'm like, okay, and then Riker just backs up all the way to the edge.
As you bring him the thunder thing, he like, huh? No. And he starts pointing at the bird. Nope.
Floof just lightly punches him in the face, then goes.
He like
Like, I don't even to do damage. It's just a.
his like bounces like he wasn't expecting. Like he bounces with way more force than you put into it, so you know he's exaggerating it. And he's like, oh, I got. Oh shit. What do you want? Money? Do you want money? Fame? Power? Flights?
Punch the bald man. Punch
He says
the
flight, I
bald
sit up.
man.
He says flight, I stop for a minute, I cock my head, and I just look at him.
Flight. Flight's what you want. Yes. Flight. We. My family has flying machines that we can get you. We have flying
Inside
machines.
check.
And we have these wings that we can put on your back and that you can flap and then you fly.
I'm gonna make an insight check while he's sneezing.
Make the insight. Go ahead.
Sorry about that.
You good?
So, why am I like this? That's gonna be a 10.
It's gonna be a
Can
10.
I also insight check him?
Yeah, by all means.
I rolled a 2. It was so close to be a 9
Dirty 20, 14 plus
Dirty
6.
20.
I'm
You
just
get
D&D Beyond from now on.
Okay, Lou, you can't tell one way or another whether or not he's telling the truth or he's just spouting off desperate shit. Like, you can't tell the difference between him, like, oh, yeah, we have that, and no, we have that. Jay, you get the feeling that he doesn't have it, like, on his person or, like, immediately, but he has, the voice that he's using, it has the power and the, no, we can get it. I don't have it, but we can get it.
Would he give it to me, or is he just trying to survive? That's what I'm worried about, because I don't want to let him go.
You definitely
And
you definitely had the survival sense with this one. Like, it is all he's saying what he needs to do to survive. Whether or not he actually follows up on his end of the bargain, you can't tell. And it gets
And
very
what, my
quiet.
good man, do I have to know that you aren't lying to me, huh?
He's very visually thrown off by that voice change, and he's like, ah!
Talk fast.
And he starts stuttering over his words as he's trying to get through this, and he's like, I have my family seal, and he like pulls out like a wallet, and it's like this tattered thing, and he like has like this little crest, and he's like, I got this, like if we got this.
I'm gonna look at him, and in his voice, I'm gonna go, do you know where you are?
Athens?
I feel like he's gonna. Floof feels that like this. Floof has been tricked one too many times with flying machines. So Floof doesn't. Floof looks at Ninx and just goes, trust him?
I'm gonna go right next to him.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna pull. Oh, he doesn't have hair. I'm just gonna put my hand and like tilt it back. And I'm gonna be like, you wouldn't dare lie to us, would you?
No.
Insight check.
I would also again like to insight check that.
Please, please. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a 13.
That's gonna be a 26.
Hey!
You can tell he's lying through his teeth, and he's trying to survive as much as possible.
I look at the little bird and I go, don't trust him. And I just walk back.
All right, Floof retakes his fight stance.
Okay, and like he stands up, like this man is like twice your height.
Still
and
with
he's like,
the shield. Still with the shield.
Yeah.
This is still Floof's shield.
and he just like stands there and he's like shaking because like this isn't his thing. This isn't his strong suit. He's like, he's gonna take the first attack, and he rolls a 11.
I'm gonna let him hit me.
Okay, he hits and he does a. Well, he doesn't even have any training with any of this, so he does a 0 damage to you.
Cool. I'm gonna immediately. Where'd it go? I lost it. Give me a second. That's my channel divinity. I know. Oh, I should use my channel divinity to make those hit. I forgot I had that. Where is that? That's in my. Oh, it's in my actions and other. Sorry. I'm gonna immediately, cause he hit me. I'm immediately gonna Wrath of the Storm. He needs to make a dex saving throw.
Oh no.
How does a 5?
Nope. DC's 14. He takes 2d8 lightning damage. Or do I want to do lightning or thunder?
Thunder. Through the thunder.
Thunder?
Lightning and the thunder.
Heck yeah.
I'll do thunder because it makes
We're
a lot.
about to get copyright claimed.
He takes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 thunder damage.
You blast him back into one of the riot shields, and he just flops face down onto the ground.
I'm gonna go run up to him to see if he's alive or not.
Do a medicine check.
Oh, that's a that's a 1.
That's a 1.
In total 6, but still.
He's not visibly have his head cut off. You know that all the necessary body parts are there, and blood isn't leaking out in large amounts.
I'm just gonna go ahead, sir.
I look at him and I just go, he's okay.
Riker would like to go down, get on his knees next to Floof, and like use 2 of his fingers to lift up his hand. It's like,
Wait, no! Before you do that, Floof's gonna run over, flip the guy over, and pin him. He hooks the leg and everything.
2, 3.
I got my horn and go.
Now I'm gonna roll a performance check to see where the crowd's at with this. Okay.
The fucking bird just.
I rolled a 5. The crowd is like, they're not sure what's happening. They're seeing it, they're entertained, but they have no idea what's actually happening, and they're like, yay!
That one guy in the back. Yeah.
There's that one guy in the back who's like, yeah! Woo!
Floof does not appreciate the fact that they're not cheering for him, so he's gonna climb onto Riker and do a flip onto the guy.
Do acrobatics check.
Again, I'm using D&D Beyond for this.
It makes a very satisfying sound when it rolls.
10.
A 10,
4
yeah.
plus 6.
It's not like an aerial RKO or anything like that. You just like backflip onto him, and you hear an audible, ugh! And that gets a like, yeah!
And then Floof takes a bow and just goes, "The man is yours. Have fun."
As you
And just
say
floops
that,
his feathers
as
back
you
up
say
and throws his
that,
cloak on.
the riot shields just kind of like move away from him, and he just gets dragged.
I pick
Like,
up.
that's all you see. You just see like the shields open, shields close.
I pick up Floof and I put him in my back, and like a celebration kind of thing. I'm like prestidigitation, like confetti.
And sure enough, that's all that's happening, and everybody's happy. They're excited. You hear some like hammers and some nails being nailed in.
I'm gonna jump off her shoulders and I'm gonna go, "Which wall would you like to go down?"
Wait.
Because I didn't use any spell slots in that fight. I still have 2.
The ones that are trying to take it down, they're like, well, if there's this little gnome who walks up and he's like, well, I was an architect for 30 years. I built this myself. Fuckers. He walks over and points to like 2 pillars, like at the very front. These 2 are the load bearing ones. And he like looks over to like the other like halflings, the humans, everybody who's like trying to carve out or like break the walls, and he's like, if people would have listened, this whole thing could have been taken down really quickly. Knock these down, it's done.
Floof's gonna turn to Riker and just go, "Evacuation or death."
A couple. Everybody that's out
looking at
front.
Riker.
Everybody out front's like, runs out.
And he just kinda
Riker,
looks into the building.
you see like from the parking lot to the left, you see the parking lot to the right of the building. You see like the guy that you were fighting with, like with the scimitar. He like comes out and he like looks over, sees the crowd, notices you, gives you a wave, and starts like walking with his bag down the street.
Do we evacuate the actual precinct before I crash it, or do I just crush all of them?
Crush all of them.
Cool.
I just-
I'm gonna go to the
Where was
first
that,
wall.
Ryan?
Riker's just gonna kind of walk away and head towards the guy. I'm guessing he's heading towards the tavern.
Yeah, he's like walking through the crowd like towards the tavern.
Cool.
I'll follow.
So I'm gonna do 2 things. First, at 2nd level, obviously, because that's the base for it. I'm gonna use my final 2nd level spell slot to cast spiritual weapon again,
Okay.
and a giant jackhammer appears. And do I need to roll to hit like
No,
what's the
you
wall
don't.
missing? Cool. I just
You
start,
don't.
and then I'm gonna walk to the other wall, and I'm just gonna use my final thunder wave. Just go poof.
As you do that, let me see how magnificent this is. Yeah. As you do this, the jackhammer starts beating away at the one pillar. You thunder blast this other pillar. They just like blow out, and it stands there freestanding for a quick second, and then it starts rumbling, starts
And
tilting.
as it starts rumbling, Floof sees a butterfly and just starts wandering away.
The butterfly turns into the building. No.
Floof follows it.
No. It just. I want to make it canonical. That every time you see a butterfly and you follow it, it is just in your head. Like, there is no butterfly.
Floof's just like, oh, wait, I thought I saw something.
Like, there's just, like, no random butterfly. It's just, like, all in Floof's head. And he's just like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's actually a leaf, not
So
even a butterfly.
That ends up happening. You guys, oh, wow. Yeah. The precinct, just like the front end just kind of like crashes, and it just kind of like starts a domino effect where everything just kind of starts falling, and it just, and that's where it stays.
Well, I hope none of that research in the basement was important.
You hear Wheatley's disembodied voice. It was. And you have successfully toppled the police force. Nice.
Where's Capitals? Where's the town hall? We're going to the mayor now.
About 30 minutes down the road, past the tavern. Now, Riker, you pass by this unnamed swordsman, and you catch up with him as he's on his way to the tavern. Oh, hello, friend.
Hello. That gash looks pretty gruesome. Not gonna lie.
You got me pretty well. This hurts quite a bit. As soon as I get to the tavern, I'm going to douse myself in alcohol and start sewing.
He nods and then like points towards the gash he made. He's like,
Mostly they just kind of bounce off my pecs. That was impressive.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's not gonna lie. You were the first ghost fighter I've ever met. I do not understand at all what happened there.
Don't mind them. That was just my dead great grandmother and my grandfather.
terrifyingly morbid. I like it. And the voice sounds much better now. It sounds more conversational.
yeah. It just started walking. It's just like, I kind of look at the guy. Like, you're gonna need a lot of alcohol.
Yes, I will. And he just like, by that point, you guys just make it to the tavern, and he just like takes a seat. The barmaid just like looks at him and, oh, you look like shit. And
He knows that.
I feel
And
like
then he
it.
points- and then he points towards myself and gives her a wink.
She just kind of like looks down from her crossword, and she's like, sees the axe covered in blood still. Brings over just like 2 bottles of mead and just like leaves it in front of you and just like shrugs and walks away.
Wait, before she goes, Riker hands her 5 gold and just goes,
Keep them coming.
You got it. And as he says, thank you very much. And he just starts sewing his chest up. Like, some people can sleep this off. I don't see it. I think you'd be the one that sleeps it off. This, I have to sew it up a little bit.
I have a mess kit, but I rarely use it.
Yeah, what are you two doing at this point after your Fight Club Revolution Town Hall destruction?
Floof will just walk up and stand next to the goat awaiting orders.
I'm just gonna pick him up and walk towards like where's Riker going?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure enough though, you guys make your way to the tavern and you see you see this ex-mercenary bodyguard cop person. You're not even sure who this is. He doesn't have a badge. And he just like has his scimitar on his side and he's just sewing his chest. He's about halfway done. And you see about
Floof sees it, just goes, ah!
and you see
Mr.
three
Riker!
you see 3 empty bottles already next to him, like
Nix. Floof, this is... I actually haven't asked you your name. What's your name?
Anderson.
Anderson. This is Anderson. He's the guy that I sliced across the chest.
Is
Now,
he friend now?
Fight Club!
I just
Yes, small one. The small one has a great idea. We should start a fight club.
So you're not friend.
I mean, I'm not being paid to kill you.
He's not foe either.
And to describe Anderson, who I didn't think I'd have to actually provide a description for whatsoever, he's kind of like a wall of a man. He is about Riker's height, about 6 foot. How tall is Riker? 6'5"?
6'8".
6'8".
Yeah,
Okay.
6'8".
So he's a bit shorter than. He's about 6'4", 6'5". He's human, red hair. Think of a Viking, and you have a pretty good idea. And he's just like a wall of muscle and meat, and he's a fighter. Not a barbarian, just a very skilled human fighter who just attacks really, really good.
I just like, I tap him on the shoulder and I'm like, you did a good job today, and I cast Cure Wounds.
As you do that, thank you very much, and like the wound kind of like heals around it. He starts pulling the thread out. Well, that's pointless now. Thank you.
Floof just goes again.
And yeah, like he just like pulls the thread. There's no blood or anything left on it. It's just like there, and he's like, "Thank you. That's very helpful." And he like just puts it into like a small baggie and puts it into his armor.
Water heals more than the cleric.
Well, that's all that I was planning on doing, was to patch myself up and drink the rest of the night. So, what are you guys doing? What's your plan? You seem to have started a full revolution.
Just hand on the table, elbow down first, beckoning him to arm wrestle. Okay.
He looks at you, squints his eyes, moves all the drinks over, even the ones he hasn't drank yet. Sits his arm
Floof
down.
slowly reaches for one of the ones he hasn't drank yet.
No, you're a child.
I look over and it's like, let the bird drink. This is a victory. It's a celebration.
I guess so.
Downs it.
Floof, make a con save.
Alright.
And then Anderson just like says to you, Riker, best of what?
That's an
3?
8.
An 8? It's gonna take a few minutes, but you're gonna feel a little buzzed.
Floof's gonna just keep
What are we doing?
drinking and
Best of
hitting
1,
on
best
the
of 5,
table
best of
until he
20?
stopped.
Best of 3.
Best of 3 sounds good.
Second one, we have to use our left hand.
love it. He like gasps. Alternative, I love it. And yeah,
Alright.
we're gonna just go ahead and do straight strength checks. I would say athletics, but just straight strength.
You got it.
It's 15 from me.
I had a 14. So so that one's like it's one of those really close. Like it almost goes down, almost goes back, and then eventually it just wears Anderson out, and you just like slam his hand down. Oh, nice match. And he like puts his left arm up now.
Left hand. Now it's like strength with disadvantage, right?
You know, I'm gonna leave it as it is.
I gotcha.
And he goes, "Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I forgot about this." And he takes his glove off, revealing like a cybernetic arm. It is, and he goes, "This doesn't give an advantage. I will tell you that much. It is supposed to be proportional in strength to the other arm, but I figured it should be noted for well, fairness purposes."
Understandable.
Wouldn't want you think I cheated with advanced technologies.
I didn't
I have
even know
a
what technology was till
question.
recently.
Might have an answer, Jay.
So
If the
Would
question
Floof-
is have I been playing Cyberpunk, the answer is yes.
no. The question is, would Floof know that if one of those mechanical things was zapped, if that would break it or charge it more to make it stronger?
Floof, give me a history check. Give me a history
I
check.
have +2 to that, so okay, that's a 15.
That's a 15. You know it depends on the manufacturer and depends on the powering component. If it is ran by a battery or electrical operated, then it would boost it. But if
I don't
it
technically have
is,
any spells either, so I can't actually zap him.
Yeah.
I was very just like.
but if it's something like a cybernetic that's not enhanced by anything like that, then it would be a malfunction basically. But since you don't know which one this operates on, you don't know for sure.
I'd tell him to punch me, but I feel like that would be a little bit extreme.
Punch me! All right, ready
Punch
ready for
me!
the next match?
Yes.
All right. Ooh. I got
23.
8. So this one's like a no contest. Pachung! Well, we know whose hand's better then. We know which one I don't use daily. And then he's like, last one?
Sure, why not?
You've already won, but I'm really curious. I want to win at least one. We're gonna do this one more time.
Floof is still
You got
drinking.
And then, yep, right hand.
I have a 19, but I'm gonna make it look like I lost as best as I can.
He rolled a 15. So it's gonna be like he held it, but then you let go, and then it goes down. He's gonna look at you. Give me a performance check on that one.
Guidance.
Guidance, is that a D4?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting I have guidance. I'm sorry.
That's a 16.
Is that what the D4?
Yeah, that's with everything.
I'm not gonna lie, he rolled a 17.
No.
I mean, I'll just kind of like, I'll just say,
Man, that gash on my arm seems to be wearing thin. Seems to be making it so I'm not as good as I want.
even though it's on my left arm.
Yeah, and he's going to look at you. He's going to acknowledge, but he's gonna be like, "'Twas a great match." And he gives you one of his ales, and he cheers.
Cheers.
And I say, you know, I don't know about politics that much, Anderson, but seeing as that the police force is gone, it's going to leave a pretty big lack of police force in the area.
You've got that right, especially considering how much they've destroyed everything beforehand.
I kind of look around and is like, I'll give it 2 weeks before it's in complete chaos.
2 weeks. He looks over the satyr, and with what she did today, pulling a whole revolution in a day, I give it a day before it's another revolution. This town's been so unstable on edge already.
He nods and is like, the exact reason we're gonna get the hell out of here soon.
Sounds like a great plan. Any idea where you're planning on going?
I heard the north was nice. Kind of cold, but it was nice.
He kind of looks at his beer and he's like, "Oh, it's cold, all right. Fuck that shit. Cold sucks." Okay, I will admit, I'm from the southern regions. It is much more warm and tropical and not cold. Not cold. I'm seeing snow once every 12 years when a wizard malfunctions a spell, not once every hour whenever the gods decide they want to piss on us.
Luke just kind of looks up at the sky and is like,
And on that note, he's going to, well, with that being stated, I don't know where I'm going yet. He stands up, puts some gold down on the table. That should take care of anything that's left over, and leave a good tip, I hope. Yeah, I hope to see you three around. Riker, it was an honor meeting you.
Pleasure on my end as well.
And then I'll give him an arm clasp.
Yes, he absolutely takes that. And he looks over at Nyx and then Floof. I don't know what to say other than don't bend things down. Good luck with your next revolution and keep an eye on
Thank
him.
you.
He seems
Will
to
do.
want to fight everything.
And also jump off of things, but yes.
at the sound of that, Floof starts running and doing laps on the tables again.
He does know he can't fly, right?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
say that,
we're
and
working
Floof
on
just
it.
turns to you, and just you hear a low growl.
It's a work in
It's my
process.
exact growl. It's Riker's exact growl.
It's the same with Record, and he just starts walking towards the guy.
And then on that note, Anderson's going to stand up, or like stay standing, and walk out of the bar. And that's where we're going to. He hears that, he looks over, and he like kind of gives like a faux scared thing to Floof. And on that note, we're going to end tonight's session with that.
Yay!
You guys, I don't know where we're going after this, but yeah, we seem to keep starting and finishing.
apparently.
We keep starting and finishing in a tavern. I don't know why.
It's the best place possible.
It really is. You love to see it.
It's our new base of operations. The tavern is our bat cave.
It's gonna be the only thing left standing.
When we're done with this town, there's just the tavern, and if anyone touches it,
That's
we
the
get
only
to level.
thing.
We get to level 20, the whole town's just flattened, but if anyone touches the tavern, we just murder them.
We get to level
Just
20, we
mind
come
them.
back with like we've just killed dragons. I've got a dragon head in my bag. Floof has like golden armor. Like,
Floof can
has
fly.
learned to fly. Nyx has like all the instruments in the world. We come back and the entire town is gone except for the tavern.
Yes.
And there's just like
And
there's just a group of adventurers protecting it. We
They've
knew
got like a statue. They've got a statue of us.
we knew if this fell there'd be bad things happening.
It's the Chaos Brigade tavern.
Well, thank you so much to everybody for watching this wonderful episode of Chaos Brigade. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in next week whenever we figure out what we're actually doing. Maybe we travel, maybe we burn something else down to the city. My name is Chris. Be sure to follow us all at our social medias. Me, Chris Fire, Luana with the Witch Bard, Jay with Sir JF Harps, and Ryan with Funk Master Nacho. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye-bye!
Bye bye.